What if I told you that in the United States, millions of kids are taking medication every single day just to sit still, just to focus, just to function in a classroom? Not a small number, not a rare condition. We're talking about roughly 1 in 10 children diagnosed with ADHD, and millions of them are medicated. So the question is, are we finally understanding the brain better than ever before? Or are we trying to fix something that wasn't broken to begin with? Welcome to, Honestly, This is Sketchy. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 9–10% of children in the US have been diagnosed with ADHD. That's over 6 million kids, and here's where it gets more intense. Around 60% of those children are prescribed medication, stimulants, daily, drugs like Adderall and Ritalin. Now, compare that globally. The US diagnoses and medicates ADHD at significantly higher rates than many other countries. Same brains, same kids, very different outcomes. So, what changed? ADHD isn't new, but the explosion in diagnoses, that is. Back in the 1980s and early 90s, ADHD was far less commonly diagnosed. Then something shifted, the definition expanded, awareness campaigns increased, schools started flagging behavior earlier, and pharmaceutical treatments became more widely available. By the early 2000s, diagnoses surged. By the 2010s, it became normal. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Did kids suddenly change, or did the system around them change? Think about the modern environment kids are growing up in. Long school days, less physical activity, more screen time than any generation in history, and classrooms that often require kids, especially young boys, to sit still, quietly, for hours. For some kids that's natural. For others, it's not. Research from groups like the American Academy of Pediatrics shows ADHD is real and can significantly impact learning and behavior. But here's the gray area. Symptoms of ADHD, like restlessness, impulsivity, and short attention spans, can also be influenced by sleep deprivation, diet screen overstimulation, stress at home, even being one of the youngest kids in a classroom. Yes. Studies have shown that younger children in a grade are more likely to be diagnosed and medicated than their older peers. Same behavior, different expectations. Now let's talk about something people don't like to bring up. The ADHD medication industry is worth billions of dollars. Pharmaceutical companies fund research. They support awareness campaigns. They help shape conversations. That doesn't automatically mean something is wrong. But it does raise a fair question. Where is the line between helping kids and creating dependency on a system? Now this is where things get controversial. Some people believe ADHD is being overdiagnosed, that normal childhood behavior is being medicalized. Others argue the opposite, that ADHD has always been there, and we're finally recognizing it. And then there are the more extreme theories. That modern life, fast-paced, hyper-digital, overstimulating, is literally rewiring young brains, making focus harder than ever before. Not a conspiracy, but not fully understood either. Here's the truth. For many kids, ADHD medication is life-changing. It helps them focus, it helps them succeed, it helps them feel in control. But for others, it might be a shortcut to solving a deeper problem. Maybe the real question isn't, should kids be medicated? Maybe it's, why are so many kids struggling in the first place? Because if nearly 1 in 10 kids need medication just to function in everyday life, then maybe it's not just the kids we should be looking at. Maybe it's the world we've built around them. If you made it this far, you already know something about this feels a little sketchy. Subscribe to Honestly, This is Sketchy for more stories that make you think twice.